Hey, good morning everybody. How was everybody out there in YouTube land this morning, October 3rd, 2018? Out here on the good ship Lily 2, me and the dog doing fine, doing fine. We are fine as frog hair and twice as jumpy this morning. Feeling very much rested after an excellent night's sleep. They're right at the end of the runway of the Langley Air Force Base. That was sort of interesting. Man, that was sure loud when I got in there, but it quieted down, fortunately, and was quiet all night. Nice, peaceful, hardly any boats coming and going, no wakes. It was nice, good night's sleep last night. Got all my chores done early this morning, headed out of the anchorage at 6:30, making my way towards Norfolk, which is that way over there. And of course, what direction is the wind coming from? Yep, you guessed it, that way over there. So once again, we're motoring into the wind. Gonna go up here to on a heading out here to a specific point, then I'm gonna make a right-hand turn and be heading straight into the wind all the way to Norfolk. Should be in fairly early today. Gonna get in there and tie up at the dock. Oh, noonish, maybe 2 o'clock thereabout, but that's fine. I got a lot of errands and stuff to run. Lily, by the way, for an update on the dog, she's feeling absolutely fine this morning. Doesn't seem to be the least bit bothered by anything. She's just chipper, tail wagging, happy dog. So I don't know what her issue was last night. Apparently those key lime Tostitos that I gave her didn't agree with her. I knew better, but she really wanted one. So anyhow, she left carnage out on the poop deck this morning. I had a hell of a mess to clean up. There's a little TMI for you. Anyhow, she's feeling fine this morning. Boat's all cleaned up. We're all going here. Everything's great. Everything is just perfect out here on the boat. Just perfect. Beautiful sunrise this morning here on my last morning on the Chesapeake as I head to the ICW and start making my way further south. So everything's looking really good. I wanted to, I titled this video Benevolent Dictatorship. Well, I'm just a tater. I'm enough of a tater to be a bit of a, you know, and but I got to thinking, you know, there's a more democratic way of handling things on my YouTube channel. A much more democratic way of handling things. And so I think, and I'm hoping a lot of my regulars watch this, I think for the next couple of days we're going to try an experiment. We're going to follow Robert's Rules of Order. I could just see all the eyes rolling at that sound. Anybody that's ever served on a board has learned to love and hate Robert's Rules of Order. But when you work on a board or a large group of people, it's a set of rules to kind of maintain civility amongst the organization. So following Robert's Rules of Order, what we're going to do is when we see somebody on my channel, on my live stream, who is acting in a troll-like fashion, we're going to accept nominations to have that person either timed out or not really timed out. I'm not worrying about that, but about them being deleted from the account, just off there. We're going to accept nominations, and then we're going to vote on those nominations and make a decision as to which way we're going to go. Now, with that said, and this is where the benevolent dictatorship comes in. This is by no means a democracy on my YouTube channel. I am going to implement a little democratic process, but by no means is this a democracy on my YouTube channel. My boat, my channel, my channel. So that means I'm going to listen to the vote. I'm going to let it weigh heavily on me, but I have final rule, obviously, on everything having to do with my YouTube channel. As it's always been, my way or the highway on the YouTube channel. But I figured to be a little bit more fair and maybe to let some people with calmer heads judge and decide, you know, whether or not someone is being a troll or whether I'm being too patient with them. Sometimes I'm too patient with them and that lets it get build up out of proportion instead of just nipping it in the butt early as I probably should have sometimes. try a little experiment. We're going to try a little benevolent dictatorship, exercising a little democratic process. We're going to accept nominations for getting rid of trolls, and we're going to let people vote and decide whether or not they're of a mind to get rid of a person or not. So we're starting to make our turn, and of course the wind's picking up. Unfortunately, we've got the tide with us for the next hour or so, so I'm hoping I can make pretty good headway to Norfolk, which is there. I can see it. It's right there. So it shouldn't take long for us to get over there. Got 5 more minutes before I make my turn. All right. You know, when you're navigating, you set these plot points, you know, where you should turn here and turn there, and I let Navionics do that automatically. It's a lot faster and easier for me just to let Navionics set all the points and tell me where I need to go. No longer have a wife to tell me where to go. So now I gotta have a damn computer program do it, so what have you. I'm sorry, not a computer program, an app. Let me keep it in millennial speak, huh? An app now, yeah, an application. All right, so anyhow, we're making a turn here in about 4 more minutes and heading to Norfolk. We'll be heading up the ICW. We're gonna stop early today in Portsmouth. We're going to stop in Portsmouth. We're going to try to do some grocery shopping. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to spend some money on some taxis. Not water taxis, but land taxis to get over to the grocery store and stuff. There's a Food Lion that's about a mile from the dock, or a mile and a half or so. That wouldn't have been too bad. But there's a Kroger's, actually, and I'd really rather shop at the Kroger. They have a much better selection. I have shopped in that Food Lion once before, and their meats in there were just atrocious. So I'm hoping I can get a taxi over to Kroger's and get a decent shopping done. I got to stop at a marine supply place and see if I can find that switch and through hole for the bilge pump so I can get that installed. And although I had an idea about that, I also have to pick up motor oil. So those are my big issues. Revisions, motor oil, and autopilot. I had an idea though, and I don't know if it would work. You know, I've got a manual bilge pump. I've got a whale pump mounted. I just saw something in the chat here. Hey Kurt, how you doing? Is Uber or left? I haven't said anything for 13 months. I've been watching you, but I like you. Well, Kurt, thank you, buddy. I like you too. Anyhow, I'm just wondering, and this is going to be a bit of a shout out to my more experienced boat plumbing people. What would happen if, I mean, the whale pump has a line going all the way down into the bilge, and it's got a little round disc on it with a screen on it to, I don't know, keep it off the bottom or what have you. I'm just wondering, is it possible for me to remove that foot off of the end of the hose and attach the electric bilge pump onto that? And if that's the case, will the manual bilge pump still work, sucking water through the electric bilge pump? And or will the electric bilge pump be able to pumping water through the manual bilge pump? Can I have both of them on the same line? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that, but I wonder if that's possible. Will they interfere with each other? Will the electric bilge pump resist flow from the manual bilge pump, making it not work? And will the electric bilge pump be unable to pump water through the manual bilge pump? I don't know. I do not know. So it's a ponderance. I know the manual pump has duck valves in there, little duck valves, quack, quack. That means there's these little black plastic things that have 3 parts that close to prevent water from backflowing, to going backwards down the line. But both of those feet in the whale pump are plumbed so that water can flow out. Normally, you know, pressurized by the action of the pump. You raise the pump, it sucks the water in, and you close the pump, that duct valve shuts off, and it pushes the water out past the other duct valve. But if you had an electric pump that was just pushing the water out, would it just allow it to flow through both of those duct valves until the pump stops pumping? And then, of course, it would be, now I'm making my turn, by the way. 39 seconds early, but I don't care, I'm making my turn. And we are right on the wind now. Look at that. Right smack into the wind. There's Norfolk. I'm just offshore here in Virginia, so will not work. Anti-backflow prevents this. What anti-backflow, AJ? The anti-backflow is, it would not be going against the anti-backflow. It would be going with the anti-backflow. I don't agree with that, AJ. I'm not pumping the opposite direction. I'd be pumping the same flow direction that the whale pump pumps anyway. The flow would be the same. I'm not trying to pump backwards. You know, I'm just replacing the foot valve that's down, you know, the little foot screen that's down in the bilge, replacing that with a pump. The bilge pump, I believe, will allow water to flow. The electric one will allow water to flow. I think that's the question. I don't think the whale pump will be an issue because it has two valves on it, but they're both plumbed the same direction. They're designed to stop water from coming into the boat, not going out of the boat. So the flow direction on the line wouldn't change at all. I don't know. I don't know, AJ. I mean, I was thinking the same thing too, but if all of those check valves are running in the same direction, you know, the duct valve opens up when the whale pump is raised up, it sucks water in, and when it's pushed down, it pushes water out of its little valve, its little chamber. I don't know that putting a pressurized pump would just push the water right past it. I don't see why it wouldn't. It might try to push it out into the open position because it would be pressurizing that valve, so the valve may stay in the open position instead of the closed position. Normally it's resting in a closed position. I don't know, AJ. And I don't mean to poop on your idea. I appreciate your comment, AJ, but I don't think there's an anti-backflow that would be plumbed in the opposite direction that would create a problem. What do you think? Try and see if it'll work. Don't think it will. Okay, well, I mean, that's all we can do ultimately, right? We can get down there and plumb it in and turn it on and see if it works. It's a fun. Anyhow, kids, listen, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm just motoring into the wind here. This is never fun bashing into the wind. Just motoring along. It slowed me down. I'm only doing 5.6 knots. Now I'm back up to 6 miles an hour, 5.86. I guess we're still making pretty good speed considering we got about, I don't know, 10 mile an hour wind right on the nose. We do have the tide going with us. That's helping. So. Anyhow, kids, I'll have more for you later. I may try to live stream some as I go through Norfolk. Some of you guys may enjoy seeing all the big ships that are in there being worked on at the Navy Yard. But that won't be for an hour or two yet. So we'll have more for you later, kids. Be good, be careful, take good care of each other. Be sure to look down in the description down below. There's links to my PayPal and my Patreon should you want to contribute to the adventure. And let me tell you, right now we could really use some funds. We got to do a major provisioning, fuel up, and stuff getting into the ICW. So, plus as I get closer and closer down to Florida, get down there and get my business going, I'm going to have a lot of startup expenses. So if anybody's willing to contribute, boy, we can sure use it here this next month or so as we make our way south. So anyhow, kids, we'll have more for you later. See you, everybody.